There's not much happening today. I think we're going to do about 50 miles today. And then, unfortunately, we're staying like an hour drive from where I'm finishing. And
there goes the bike path that Corey's supposed to be on. But thankfully, the snow has melted a little bit from it, so hopefully tomorrow will be okay.
yeah, it's for sure snowing tonight.
Well, maybe tomorrow won't be that okay, but we'll see what it yields regardless. So, it's pretty late right now. There goes a snowplow. One thing about Ohio, they are on it with the snowplows, I will say that. But it's like midnight right now, Tuesday. And the snow is actively falling. So let's see what it looks like when we wake up in the morning. It's snowing. It's snowing.
So we've now been outside of Cleveland for 3 days. We have 1 day of riding left to finish Ohio. But the weather's been so bad. The weather was bad last Thursday on Thanksgiving. So we went ahead and left, went to North Carolina, came back. Weather's still bad. It's below freezing and the trail is wet and paved. So can't ride it because of ice. So we're going to drive to Pittsburgh and hopefully hop on the Great Allegheny Passageway down to DC. It's possible that the weather is just as bad there, or the ground is. It's not paved, so hopefully that's a good thing, and we'll see.
What are we doing?
What are we doing? Well, we came to the trailhead in Pittsburgh, the Great Allegheny Passageway, and this is it, which means it's not in good condition because this is a trailhead. So basically everyone that comes to walk or do anything on the trail comes to the trailhead. So this section is the most trafficked section of the entire trail, and it looks like this. So this is icy underneath here, which means we would have to
Do the slide.
that means we would have to
Yeah, it's pretty slick.
get off and push, but I guarantee in a mile or two it's worse than this. Alright, so this is the trail. Can't really see, so it's not exactly rideable. Also, it's not rideable with our tires. And I mean, even if it melts in the next few days, it's going to then turn into mud.
It's a terrible throw.
My hands are already frozen.
Yeah, you don't say. Ah! You're trying to take me out.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Ow!
Yeah, but that one I need.
Yeah,
Here.
thanks. This is fun. Oh my gosh. Look at it. It's completely covered. It's a winter wonderland.
Yeah.
So what are we gonna do? Are we gonna drive to Maryland or home? Don't know.
So here we are, back in North Carolina. Had to cut the trip short. You saw a little bit of why in the video. What it boiled down to was time and weather. And so we had to cut it short. What it ended up being was like 5 or 6 days of riding that I didn't get to do, from one day in Cleveland and then the rest of it from Pittsburgh down to DC. We waited in Cleveland for a few days, couldn't ride, so we drove to Pittsburgh hoping that it would be different, but we were there another couple days, and so it got to the point where, you know, we're just kind of waiting daily to see if something changes, and also wasting money, just kind of sitting around doing nothing. So we waited, I guess, like 5 days in total, and decided to come back.
Yep. Our friends compiled a list of questions that they wanted to ask, so we're just going to go through them. Question is, what was the best view? My best view, man, I had a lot of really good views on this trip. It was amazing. But if I have to narrow it down, 2 places come to mind, and that would be Twin Falls, Idaho. There was an overlook of like the Snake River Canyon. I don't know what the best way to describe it is, but oh my goodness, it was absolutely gorgeous. It was such a beautiful day, just breathtaking views. And another one would be Astoria, a town in Oregon. They had an overlook as well. Oh my gosh, it was so gorgeous. Took my breath away. Couldn't even use words to describe how it made me feel, but it was so beautiful. Loved it. What about you?
Yeah, I'm blanking on where exactly it was, but it was on the scenic byway through Oregon, like in the middle of Oregon. And I got to the top of a climb, and it was 8 mile downhill, and it was like in the high desert or whatever, so there weren't trees. And so you could look out for, you know, well more than 8 miles and see, and it was really cool. Next question was what our best meal was. We had a lot of good meals, honestly. Throughout the trip, we went to a tapas. We did like a date night in Jackson, Wyoming. Went to a tapas place. I just kept forgetting to take pictures of the food, but it was very good. Like, yeah, it was probably the best meal, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would have to agree. And I'll give an honorable mention to an appetizer that I had in John Day, Oregon. It was like egg roll kind of vibe, jalapeno popper. Oh my gosh. It was so good. I went back the next day just to eat them.
They were huge too. Like
yeah.
they sold it just as like one egg roll or whatever they were called, like jalapeno stuffer, I think is what it may have been.
Sure.
Anyways, they sold them by one, and so we were like, oh, we'll get 4. And they were huge. I mean, they were like that and like very thick.
Yeah.
But they were good.
Next question. Did you meet any cool people? I would say we met a ton of cool / nice people. Like, we didn't have any negative interactions. All of the interactions we had were pretty positive. I met a biker in the bathroom, and we started talking, and she told me about her journey, and so I introduced her and Corey, and turns out she also met someone along the way, and they started riding together. So that all that conversation was pretty cool. It was really cool to see other people on the same journey as he was. So that was really cool. Next question: how did you cook? We cooked in our RV. Our RV has a little kitchen, stove, top, microwave. We also, on the latter end of the trip, bought an air fryer, so that was pretty nice. But yeah, we just did easy things and we made it work.
Favorite non-biking activities, definitely for me, was taking super long hot showers and not paying the electric bill for them.
Yeah, hot shower after the end of the day was a highlight for sure. Well, all my activities were pretty much non-biking, but I would say the activities we did together were my favorite. Like, we did national parks. It was actually biking, but in Jackson, I rode with him for a little bit, so that was really cool to do a little exploring together. Yeah, just anything we were able to do together was good to me. Most underrated city, town, or state? I don't know if I would say underrated, but I will say that Idaho, I didn't have any expectations. I haven't heard much about Idaho or what, like the scenery or anything is like. So Idaho is a very diverse state. It was really nice, like a lot of great views. Like, they had sand dunes, they had the Snake River and that canyon I mentioned, just different things. It was really nice to drive through.
Yeah, they had Craters of the Moon too.
Yeah.
They had a lot.
Okay, so we were asked what our separate top 3 moments were. I think my number 1 moment was definitely just embarking on the journey, like to know that we were about to do this and fulfill a dream that we've been talking about for a while. It was really cool and exciting. Number 2, I don't know, I think maybe the Grand Tetons. That was pretty amazing to me. That mountain range is just like bam in your face, so it was really cool. And one more, I don't know, it's hard to separate the trip. Like, everything was just a really great time. So I don't know if I necessarily have a top 3. So top 2. What about you?
It's hard to think of very specific things, but one thing that felt good was like every time I crossed a state boundary or a time zone or something like that was always a good feeling or moment, because it may be like several weeks before you really notice or see a change in what you're doing.
Yeah.
So that would be one. Another top moment would be like kind of anything or anytime we figure out either something new on the RV or how to work something that we knew was already there but didn't before. Like, that's always a good feeling, because we essentially started the trip without knowing anything about the RV or RV parking or like anything.
Yeah.
And so it took us some time to figure things out.
Get into the groove.
And there's still a lot, I'm sure, that we don't know about it. But it was always a good feeling, like, oh, sweet, now we can do this. And then another top moment, I guess, would just be going through a city, I would say, because there would be weeks at a time where like we couldn't get stuff that we needed,
Yeah.
eat like food or shopping wise or like resupply type things. And so when we passed through an area with options, like it was always a good feeling, and we pretty much always started taking some time to like do something in the city too, so it was also good for that reason. But, like the first one that I can think of is Boise, and it wasn't because like Boise is like super great or anything, but we have been biking for like 2 weeks in the middle of nowhere, sometimes without cell service, an hour and a half from a bike shop or a grocery store. So that was always a top moment, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. That is very valid. I just thought of another moment. Another the top three moment for me would be being able to see my friend and her husband in Chicago. We have been friends for over 16 years, so to be able to see her, our schedules don't align, so to be able to see her was really great, and get to see a city that I've never been in before was cool, and we had a great meal and a good time, so that was a great moment for me.
I've also been asked like some bike specific questions that I'll just hit real quick. I was on a hybrid bike. The brand is Specialized, but I chose that so that I could, ideally ride all types of surfaces, and it was good for that. People ask me if I would have changed if I could go back. If I can only have one bike, no, I wouldn't. But if I could have more than one or multiple sets of tires that vary based on width that could swap out, yeah, I might change. I might go to a gravel bike, which is similar to a road bike, or a road bike, just because they'd be a bit faster. But I'd only want to do that if I had an option to put on bigger tires or if I could switch bikes. Was on the road most of the trip up to when I hopped on the Katy Trail in Missouri. I get a lot of questions about the route choosing and that kind of thing. And the trip. I wouldn't recommend anyone else do the trip. We had a great time, but it was a little dangerous. So ended up riding trails after Missouri, and that was a good choice. But advice to people that are thinking about doing something in the future is just figuring out what type of riding you like to do, and then selecting the route based on that. Because I know some people do, interstate or highway the entire way and have no issues, whereas we were pretty much mostly on back roads and had issues. So I think it's just whatever you're more comfortable with biking, if it's maybe interstate, highway, back road, trail, and so on.
Yeah, now that this journey / chapter is closing, I just wanted to say that I'm really grateful to all of our friends and family who supported us along the way, and everybody who tuned into our videos. We really appreciate it. So I'm very grateful for the people in our lives. I'm super grateful that we had the opportunity to do this. It would be a lie if I said I wouldn't change anything, but nonetheless, it was a great experience through and through. So
one other question that we get asked a lot is what we're going to do now. Great question. Stick around.